Hello and welcome to Just Tech Talk. In this channel, I talk about different tutorials, walkthroughs, installation videos, troubleshooting videos. I do reviews of some products and unboxing of the products. If you are new to this channel, just click on subscribe and turn notifications on so that you get the notification about all new videos. So in previous video, we talked about how to create a form inside Matrix42 ESM. Today we are going to look at how we can link this service request to a workflow for an approval process. So there could be a chance where you might have requirement that whenever there is a service request raised, you want to take it through an approval process and then fulfill that service request. So for that, what you will need is you will need to run the management studio, and to run the management studio, workflow management studio, you will need to come to administration. Under administration, you have workflow over here. Just one thing to be noted over here, you need install click once extension, which is required by Workflow Studio. So when you click on this, it will take you to the page from where you can download this and install it, and then it should be added to your extensions of browser. And then you will click on Workflow Studio. Workflow Studio will launch, and something like this will be launched for you. So this is our Matrix42 Workflow Studio. Now, in order to create a workflow, you can take it from scratch. But what I do, I normally take it from the ones which are already there. It is very easy to do it. So when I click on new, it asks me to create a workflow from already created workflows or create a blank workflow. Let's say I'm going to take this one step approval workflow and click on create. So once I'll click on create, it will create a copy of this particular workflow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this name to two-step approval workflow, and if I want, I can name it as VPN request for my reference, and I'm going to click on save. So now if you see over here, we already have a workflow which is there for an approval. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this name from portfolio approval to, let's say I need before that I need someone's approval, and we'll look at two things. We'll look at direct decision maker as a person, or maybe from a role which is already there in Matrix42. So for now, I'm going to send it to, let's say, IT head for an approval, and I will name this as IT head approval. And over here, decision makers are there, you see. And if I just expand this, you see it is decision maker roles, and this says decision makers. I'm going to click on this. I'm going to remove this from here because I don't need it to go to a role. Rather, I want it to go to a person. And I'm going to say static. I'll be able to select dynamic as well, but that's a different process. We are going to talk about it later. For now, I'm going to go to static. And let's say I want to send this approval to Bilal Ahmed, who is maybe my IT head over here, and click over here. So now this is done. Now this is our portal progress. So I'm going to change this portal progress name to IT head. Okay, click OK. and I can change the icon as well from here. Okay, and click OK and say OK. Now this is the first approval. Now because I need two approvals, what I can do is I can copy this as it is, or I can also search over here for approval, and you can see we have service approval. So I can just simply pick it up over here and drop it over here, and then simply link it to this particular approval. Now over here you see we already have, this is very important, booking ID is there. So I have to write the same booking ID because it's a variable where things are being stored. And instead of service approval, I will change this name to, let's say, IT security head. Okay, and over here, rather than a specific user, I'm going to assign it to a role. So I have created one role in Matrix42 ESM, which is called head of IT security. I'm going to send it to that person. In the portal progress, I'm going to add another portal progress, and over here, because this role could be a woman or this role could be a man, I can choose any icon like this. So I'll just choose this icon, for example, over here. It does not matter what I'm choosing over here, but the thing which is matter over here is this, because this will be shown over there. Or I can say head IT security. I'm going to click on OK and select this as a second thing, and my workflow is completed. I'll save this workflow. After saving it, I have to click on check-in, because without check-in you will not be able to do anything. And I'm going to click on release. So now this is released to be used. Now if I go back to my service catalog over here, because now I need to assign this to my specific service. So if I go over here in my service catalog where we have services, I'll click on this VPN request, edit, and over here I will link it to my VPN request workflow and click on save and done. Now this has an approval workflow of two-step approval VPN request workflow assigned to it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my user John Wick over here, and I'm going to click on VPN request. When I click on add, it will ask me to fill up the form. Alright, and okay, I can see that this form is not appearing for this particular user. So probably there is a security which is linked to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my administration under user interface layouts, and I'm going to go for this particular form, and let's see what is audience over here, because I might need to set it up for a specific audience. This should be visible, this particular view. So I'm going to change it to unrestricted, or let's say if this form should be appearing only to specific users, then you can list those users, or you can assign it to a role or something. Now let's say set audience to unrestricted, and now if I go back over here and we'll raise this again, should appear now. Just let's refresh. and you can see now the form is visible to this user. Now I'm going to select it, for example, create access, name John Wick, 6 p.m. add to cart, and place this order. Now, as soon as I have placed this order, you can see now this has gone for an approval. If I click on this, what it says is it has gone to common decision maker pending, which is service delivery manager, which means my workflow is not yet assigned to it. So let's check this out. Because for our workflow, it should have gone to Bilal, for example. Let's see, to whom did it come? Let me quickly check on this. Edit, assigned to workflow. Let me remove these from here because it shouldn't be going to these people. It should rather go to my service, and then network VPN. Okay, let's delete this, withdraw. And I'm going to raise this again. Let's see now. And if you see over here now, when we have raised this request, this has gone to Bilal for an approval because our workflow says that it should go to IT head, and now it is pending for IT head for an approval. So Bilal should be receiving an email in some time for this approval request itself. So let's go to Bilal and see if he is receiving an email. Yeah, and you see now Bilal has received this email which says that the following order has been assigned to you for decision. And now Bilal can go and approve from the portal. So for now, because I don't want to go and log in with Bilal, I can simply go to this request, which is there in service catalog. this one, and I'll see that there is an approval created over here, and it has approval with Bilal over here. And I'll click on the side. Okay. And you see now it is closed. Now if I go back over here and refresh this, now the second person is head of IT security. Pending is with that person. Now who is head of IT security? That we need to see. So if I go to my role and see who is head of IT security, you will be able to see to whom it should be reaching. I know we can wait and see to whom. See, Bob Kelly has just received an email because he is the head of IT security. And if you come over here, he is the member over here. And he has received this approval request over here. Yeah. And when you go back to, now for example, let's log in with Bob Kelly over here. And if I come over here, you can see that waiting for my approval is available over here. And I can also go into service approvals, and I should be able to see that my decision is required for a specific service for this. So in both cases, I'll be able to see this. If I click on approve over here, I can simply approve, or if I want to go to this, I can come over here and then I can decline as well. All right, and in this case, I'm going to approve this. And that's it. This is approved now. Now it will go to the next step, whatever is there for us. Because we have not created any task or anything, this will immediately be fulfilled. If we have created any task which should be created for someone to take care of this and create the VPN required configuration, then this will be pending in provisioning state, and then once this is done, it will go to acceptance state. So now if you go back to the user, which is over here, and let's go back to his self-service portal at home, you see now it says order status over here. So I'm just going to refresh. It says provision, and if I click on this, it will show me the details, and it shows me even who has approved these. Okay, and over here I can just simply accept that this is done, and I can read the service. So this is how you create workflow in order to have an approval process or any other task should be created. So maybe in future we'll look at how we can create certain task, or maybe if I want to send an approval to a dynamic thing, for example, let's say manager of a user rather than specific people directly, then we'll see those in upcoming videos as well. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked the video. hit the like button, leave a comment below to let me know what do you feel about this video. And till next video, take good care of yourself. Bye.